There has been a great degree of speculation about the next Star Wars film, The Last Jedi. Today I want to explain a method with which we can predict what will happen in a future Star Wars film, not by looking at hidden Easter eggs or overanalyzing leaked details, but instead by using simple statistics. The other day I noticed a hidden trend in the films, and when I extrapolated from that, it revealed how the next Star Wars film will play out. Here is what it showed: that there will be a reveal in the final act of The Last Jedi about Rey's parentage, and she is likely to choose to join the dark side. Instead of me telling you about this trend, who better to explain it than the man behind Star Wars, George Lucas himself.
You see the echo of where it all is going to go. And instead of destroying the Death Star, he destroys the ship that controls the robots. Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme, every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one.
The more you look for it, the more obvious it is that the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy mirror each other in many ways. Right now I'm playing a video clip created by Pablo Fernandez. If you want to see his full video, there is a link in the description down below, but I feel this highlights something very important when it comes to predicting a Star Wars plot. To predict one, you do not need to look ahead, but rather behind. The prequel trilogy can be summarised in one sentence by simply saying it is a test of Anakin's character. He failed. The next trilogy can be summarised by simply saying it is a test of Luke's character. He passed. It stands to reason that the current trilogy can be boiled down to the same thing, a test of Rey's character. The real question that needs to be asked: does Rey succeed or fail in this test? If we were to assume the trend alternates between each saga, so first Anakin fails, then Luke triumphs, then it's a sound statement to say that Rey would fail in The Last Jedi, as from a statistical point of view, it is simply her turn. However, that is assuming the fact that there is a trend at all, and saying that there is a trend when you only have two pieces of data to work with is simply, well, bad statistics. Rather, let's take a closer look, if you'll pardon the pun, at the structure of the original series, as after all, J.J. Abrams has said many times he and his team were trying to capture what was great about the original films. Unfortunately, Abrams has now quit, but it still stands to reason that the team behind The Last Jedi are using the same or a similar story structure to The Empire Strikes Back. As even further proof that this may be the case, you need only look at The Force Awakens. Its #1 complaint was how it was too similar to A New Hope. There are a number of elements of A New Hope that The Force Awakens copies. For example, the everyman style protagonist with a hidden past, who lives an unadventurous life in a desert when they are suddenly thrusted into action when the Empire comes to their home. Or how there is a massive spherical space station that has the potential to destroy planets and is destroyed itself by a rebel pilot in the climax. Now, assuming this theory is correct and they're using a similar story structure, let's look at The Empire Strikes Back and extrapolate its story to make an educated guess as to what elements The Last Jedi will use. So firstly, the film will have a much darker tone than the prior. The titles also reflect this, as both Empire Strikes Back and The Last Jedi have a far greater negative connotation than A New Hope or The Force Awakens. The Last Jedi will probably establish this dark tone by starting with a low point. I imagine the film may start with us seeing a character we know die, or the airbase we saw in the prior film being destroyed, such as Hoth was in Empire. The Last Jedi in essence will be more like a survival film, about rebels as they try to survive the First Order's counterattack for what the rebels did to the Starkiller base. This reflecting the plot of The Empire Strikes Back. Now here is the juicy part. In the last act of Strikes Back, there is of course the iconic scene where Darth Vader reveals his fatherhood to Luke and Luke rejects him by jumping over the edge. For those of you thinking that there was no reveal of this caliber in the prequels, you would be half right. Right because there is no plot twist, but wrong because Lucas had planned to have one and only at the last minute did he cut it out. Lucas planned for the Emperor to claim that he was Anakin's father as he used the Force to make his mother pregnant. A bit of a weird idea, I know, but you can see echoes of this idea Lucas left in, such as this line of dialogue.
He could use the Force to influence the midi-chlorians to create life.
Now, assuming they are using a similar story structure, we can expect to see something similar to this. To speculate as to who will deliver the plot twist would be wrong of me, as simply we do not have enough information, but it stands to reason that this plot twist will be extremely shocking to Rey and will challenge an aspect of her character and give her a reason to switch to the dark side. Now, this is the pivotal question. When this plot twist is revealed, will Rey stay with the light or fall to the dark? And it's a question we simply cannot know the answer to. In my personal opinion as a writer, it would make more sense for Rey to switch to the dark side. Why? Because it would be a total shock to the audience. It would be, artistically speaking, a very interesting road to go down, and would be a great way to generate hype for the next installment in the franchise. Although, if you want a hint as to how Rey will react to this plot twist, you need only look at the title, The Last Jedi. At the end of the film, there will only be one Jedi left. The question is, who will it be? That right there was purely my own opinion, backed up with very little information. There have been a few hints that this might be the case, such as this interview with Daisy Ridley.
When you guys read the script, were there some big surprises in there even for you?
Yeah. I went to Ryan's office and I was like, we need to have a talk about what's happening here.
But ultimately, what Rey will do when this plot twist is revealed is a total mystery. What do you think? Do you think I'm right? Did I miss some hidden piece of the puzzle, or am I entirely wrong? I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. But that's just a theory. A film theory. Oh, sorry, wrong channel. Anyway, thanks for watching, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on The Closer Look.